Hello, hi, good morning. Welcome to our training today for attendance module. Uh, right, so if you can see from the slide is today we are proceeding to the attendance module for training. Right, so before we go to our training, so I will explain to our webinar agenda for today. We are starting attendance training for 10 a.m. but we proceed for right now, 10:15, and then we break at 50 minutes. After 50 minutes we break, we continue our training, and then last one we go to the Q&A session. Okay, before we begin webinar, participant may ask question anytime during the session, but the question will be chosen and addressed by trainer during the Q&A session. Presenter will only answer question during Q&A session. Participant will not be able to talk during the training. However, chat box is always open during the session. For any question that the presenter was not able to answer during the presentation, the answer will be shared by email by following week's Monday morning. Right, so hopefully you can understand on this one. Right, so first thing first, we go to the attendance process flow. First step is employee self-service ESS. Second is setup. Third is monitoring. Monitor attendance and daily, weekly, or monthly basis. And then we have the input clock data. And next is report. And last one is a log attendance. So I will explain to you why we need to log attendance because that one I will answer to you after this. All right, so training outcome, by end of the session, we should be able first, set up shift working hours, set up overtime rate, set up shift schedule, assign employee schedule, use duty roster, monitor employee attendance, view or resolve exception status, check employee overtime hours, log attendance. All right, so first we go to the employee self-service ESS. Right, so first thing first, from here we have the screenshot at the moment. Right, so once you already log in the system, and first thing first, you can view from the system is a dashboard. And then from right hand side, we have the right menu. We have the ESS request and my approval. So this one have the my approval and my request on this one. All right, so this one we're gonna show you. After you click the icon my request, so we have the time here, self overtime, plan overtime, short hours, change shift, incomplete entry and absent. So from web portal we have this one. Okay. All right. So we're going to show you where is from the system. Let me share from the system side. Okay. So this is the dashboard here. All right. So right main here we can able to see the icon my request. You click here. Okay. So from here we have the self overtime. Uh, for today we focus for the time. We focus for attendance. Okay, save overtime if let's say if you want to request the overtime. So from here I will click new request. If you want to request a new or apply for overtime, so click new request button here and please select which date you want to request. Okay. All right. So the shift is based on the schedule, that one. So please put the overtime is timing here from when until when. Let's say I overtime from 8 p.m. until 11 p.m. Okay, so here we can able to choose whether you want to submit as a overtime hours or replacement leave. It depends on your company practice. All right. So don't worry, we have this one total hours here. We can be able to view his total hours. Alright, so you can enter remark, and below here is your approval for the overtime. Okay, so this is how to request the overtime, right? So here we have four column here. First is pending. Pending means a pending to approve. You can able to check. Before approve also you can able to edit or cancel. So how to cancel? You click the withdraw here. Withdraw is considered as cancel. Edit, if before you want to before approve, you can able to edit on this one. This is for the save overtime. And we have the approve column here. Once already approved, go to here. And this is for the rejected. If let's say your approval is a reject, this one is for the cancel. If let's say it's a cancel lah on that time. Alright, so this is for the save overtime. Alright, so we move to the plan overtime. Okay, so plan overtime means for the, let's say for example, especially for the approver or supervisor, they have their own plan for the overtime. Okay, so once you already plan this overtime, so so staff no need to apply the self overtime because your supervisor or admin already plan your overtime, how many hours. So once already approved, this is the hours you able to overtime. So let's say 2 hours only, so means 2 hours only they can overtime. Right, so no need to, what we call that, no need to request, and automatically system will detect as 2 hours overtime. So this is for the plan. So means your supervisor or maybe the leader or something that one have their own plan to overtime for each employee, use the plan overtime here. All right, so next is short hours. Okay, so please be informed, short hours is automatically detect from the system. Let's say, for example, in the attendance, you have the certain day is a short hours, then you can able to request the short hours here. So how to request? Let's say, for example, you have the short hours list here, and then you can click here, and you can have two option here. You can change the clock entry, or you can request to void. So means void means don't have any lateness detected. Let's say for example on the day is late in, or what we call that, that one is early out. So you can request to avoid, or you can change the clock entry here lah on this one. So have two option, right? So I hope you can understand also. Void means once you already request a void means there's no any late detected lah on the status on this one. Change means you need to change your clock in and clock out, but system will detect on based on what is configuration. So means if let's say like in, you can adjust in only. If let's say early out, you can adjust out only column on this one, right? So this is for the penalty. Yeah, similar with the others for the self plan and self overtime. We have the approve or reject or cancel here lah. All right. Okay, so same with the self overtime, you can cancel or edit before approve on this one. Alright, so next is change shift. If let's say if you request want to change shift for certain date, you can request for the change shift from A to B. Not this one. From here lah. So you can click new request and for others. So click new request, date, allocate shift. This one for original, change to is a new shift on this one. Right? So that's all for the change shift. So please, for incomplete entry, same with the show hours. If you have any record for incomplete entry, yes, will appear here. Right? So if don't have any appear means there's no any incomplete entry, your attendance. If you want to record, if you want to request, so please select which date and please enter in and out. So this one is a different with the show hours, but this one is if you forgot to clock out or clock in. So you can adjust on this one. Okay, so this is for the incomplete entry. The last one is for the absent. So this one also same. If let's say on certain date have the detect as absent, you can request auto adjust or you can manually adjust. Let's say for example, if you that time is staff is on leave, you can request the leave on this. Alright. Okay, so this is for the absent. But this absent is detect from the system. for your attendance. If let's say you don't have any absent in your attendance, will not appear in the list. Same with the incomplete entry and show hours. So this one it depends on your attendance. If you don't have show hours, don't have any incomplete entry or absent, will not appear in the list. Except if you have this record absent, incomplete or short hours, then it will appear in the list on this one, right? So this is for the uh, from the system for attendance and request. All right. So next is for the my approval. Okay, so let me show you the view from the approval. Right, so this is the request, means your own yeah. So if you have any question, all right. So if let's say yes, for the overtime, yes, we have the automatically detected for the based on your attendance record on this one. But this one, if let's say your staff want to what we call that to request for certain day, let's say they want have 2 hours only, but they have the another 2 hours on this one. Let's say for example your company have the limitation. This is we create the situation now. You have any limitation on this one, but staff want to more than 2 hours for example. So this one they can request on this one. But it depends on the company policy on this one. If let's say if you don't ask them to request, just only automatically detect as the clock in and clock out, yes, we have the setting that the setting lah on this one. Then this one based on the actual hours plus overtime lah on this. So this one is automatically detect of the OT based on the clock in and clock out on this one lah. The last clock out. What we can summarize as last clock out for detect the OT lah on this. Alright, so another one is for the alright, so show hours, yes. Okay, let me show you again the show hours. Alright, so for show hours means let's say for example, system detect your on that day, your attendance on that day is have let in. So this one is depends on company policy. Alright. So if let's say uh your staff have capability to request, if let's say you let in or early out, can change the clock entry. Depends on you want to avoid or you can change the clock entry on this one. But if let's say your company don't have this function, so means don't have any practice on this one, let's say let in is considered let in and deduct your salary lah. But certain of the user have this one, you can request and you can avoid your let in and early out on this one. Alright, so if let's say if you don't have, yes, so access for employee, you can untick these short hours in the my request on this one. So means from employee side, whenever they go to the my request timing, so don't have any appeal for short hours. Short hours means if you want to avoid your late in or early out on this one. Right, so hopefully you understand on this. Alright, so last one, uh, it will still appear as a pending. Alright, but the reminder alert will send you on this one lah. So we have the reminder alert email notification to approve within 2 days before or 3 days before, something that one you can system will pop up your notification and this notification will appear from the screen lah. Then ask approval to approve on this one. If let's say didn't approve or reject or something, that one then still is under pending lah. So on this one, all right. It's not auto approve, so please be informed on this. Okay, so for your question here, right? Hold on, yeah, yes. Actually, if let's say your OT is not approved, let's say for example your request and OT not approved, only will not appear in the payroll. So means didn't sync to the payroll lah on this one. So if you're not approved, yes, it will affect your payroll, but it will not sync the OT hours only. That's all. Nothing affect your payroll calculation on this one. Okay. So it just for the what we call that let's say you start have the OT, request the OT. This is the situation request the OT but still not approved yet on this one. Then let's say you on that day is already run the payroll, full attendance because that day on that day is don't have any OT will not sync to the payroll on this one. So that's all. So means attendance don't have the OT, and then if you run the payroll, nothing appear in the payroll lah. The OT hours on this one. Alright? Okay, so maybe I will answer to your question after this. So we proceed first the training first at the moment, and then I will answer you one by one your question after this. Alright, so next is my approval here. Similar with my request, we have the self overtime, plan overtime, short hours, change shift, incomplete entry and absent here. Right, so same, you can check the details here and you can click approve button here. All right, so that's all for the my approval. You can check here what is the details or something that one you want to check, is that okay or not or something that one, then you can enter the remark here. Right, so you can click approve button here or reject. All right, so similar with plan overtime, short hours, change shift, incomplete and absent on this one. Alright, so this is for the my approval request and my approval on this. Right, next. So this is for the mobile version attendance request and approval. Alright, so this is for the view from apps. We have request or approval. If let's say you have access for approval, yeah, you can able to see the approval here. Alright. Okay, so this is your screenshot. If you click your request is pending approve or something, that one you can able to view the details here, and my approval also here. Right, so this is the web version. Okay, so next we move to our next slide is attendance setting. All right, so here is the attendance setting for screenshot here. First we need to go how to go to the attendance setting. Click the setting button and then click the attendance, and this is the setting we need to focus. All right. All right, so this one I will show you from the system. I will share my screen. Right, so how to go to the setting here? There's a setting button here and go to the attendance button here. Right, so first we go to the shift. All right, shift here, if you want to create more than one shift, 10 shift, 40 shift, it depends on your company lah. On this one. Okay, first thing first, how to create is click new button here and please enter your shift name here. Right, so if you have the shift, different shift, you can create A is a shift HQ something that one, and the shift label is a shift code, yeah. Right. All right, so if you want to different color for the shift, you can change your color here. Let's say your SU color is red, you can change the red. If what we call that, the technician have the different shift, you can change the color here. This one. All right. So shift type we have three: normal, semi flexi, and and the last one is a flexible. Normal is normal lah, where based on the shift start and shift end on this one. Semi flexi, if let's say you have any certain flexi on this one, especially let's say you have the different shift pattern, we can use the semi flexi, especially for the factory worker on this one. Last one is a flexible. Usually it's a flexible is complete hours per day. So sometime or we focus on the marketing. Marketing we can is a flexi work on this one. But this one is need to complete 8 hours lah on this. Alright, so this is for the normal, semi-flexi and flexible. Shift start and shift end, what time until what time, and full working hours is 8 hours lah on this. Alright. So if you want to manually change your earliest and latest clock out, yes, you can enable here what is the earliest time in and what is the latest out time for this. Let's say if you want to do the manually detected lah, so means manually, let's say they change this until 5, they can work until 12 p.m. only, but you want to extend the clock out, last clock out, you can adjust the latest out time here on this one. So usually we are using is this function based on your, if you have the midnight shift on this one, so we can allow you to use on this, but it depends on your situation lah. Right, next is shift allowance. If let's say you have any shift allowance here, you can put the total allowance of how many minimum working hours to get the shift. And then if you want to link the payroll, so please select the payroll item here. So means why need to select the payroll item? So this one it will detect as a disallowance for the shift allowance lah on this one. Right, so if we don't have, just disable only. So we have the OT limit for this, let's say shift, this shift have the OT limit, you can enter the OT limit, what is the minimum OT limit and maximum OT limit on this one. Alright, so next is this, if let's say is this shift is half day, we can take his half day on this one. Last one is a pre-approved. So what is a pre-approved for early OT or late OT lah? Is that 2 hours or 2 hours before or 2 hours after on this one? If let's say don't have, just disable only. Alright, so next is half day leave. You need to setting what is the first half day time range and second half day time range. Usually we put is 9 until, it depends on your lunch. 1 until 2, 2 until 3, it depends. So if you want to put the half day, so means I suggest you put the 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. So this one is a balance. Okay. So but it depends on your practice lah. What is a half day leave timing you can set from here. Last one is last one is a break. So click add button here. You can put what time until what time your break. Is that payable or flexible? Let's say flexible is 1 hours. So means you can go out lunch, but make sure it's 1 hours lah. And if let's say if below in 1 hour, say consider it's a break, late in or break clock out on this one. After that, please click save button here. So that's all for the shift setting. Right? Okay, so next we go to the OT pattern, overtime pattern. So right, so please be informed our system will already create on behalf of you the work day overtime, off day overtime, rest day overtime, and public holiday overtime. But don't worry, if let's say you have any certain means you have your own setting, yes, we allow you to adjust here. You can set the overtime pattern here. And variable means you are based on the basic salary calculation. Okay. Fixed is your own fixed rate per hours. Is that 1 ringgit 50 cent, 2 ringgit 50 cent, 3 ringgit 50 cent. It depends your company practice on this one. Alright, so from here you can add you can filter or you can do the manual selection who will get this work day overtime. Is that below 4,000 or above 4,000? It depends your company practice lah. So usually it's overtime is below 4,000 lah. So this is the from the Jabatan Tenaga Kerja already updated their to limit overtime to get overtime is for salary is 4,000 and below lah on this one. Okay. Alright, so this is for the overtime setting. Alright, so same with the off day overtime, rest day overtime, and public holiday overtime. Let's say you understand some of the company you have your own rate for overtime, right? So you can adjust from here or you can adjust, let's say for certain rate overtime this group is 2 ringgit 50 cent on this one. So you can create a new, then you can create the certain condition, the condition you can select certain employee follow this rate on this one. Okay, so this is for the overtime pattern setting. All right, next we go to the schedule. All right, so schedule is important. Why we need to assign the schedule means this is the main for the how to assign the shift in the each employee and each day on this one. All right, so how to create? So click a new button here. All right, so what is the schedule name here and schedule label? Schedule label is a schedule code lah. So which shift? Just now we already create the shift, right? So you need to include which shift for this employee for this schedule. All right. So enable exception means if you want to detect late in, early out, absent, we can active here on this one. All right. Then we have the work schedule. Data availability is we suggest select the all shift, rest day, and off day. All right. So rest day and off day we have the maximum rest day in the month you can put 2, and maximum off day in the month you can put 2. But this one it will depends your company practice. Okay. All right. So by default is 168 hours. All right. So once already assigned, then you need to assign from here lah. Okay. You need to assign the schedule. You can add the shift, which shift, and then you can select by week or by day. Something like this one. Okay. All right. So if you want to change, let's say for in future you want the supervisor or something, they want to have their plan to assign different shift, right? You can enable duty roster control here. Can allow custom overtime, allow custom break, and allow custom edit and delete public holiday for the duty roster control from there. So from duty roster control there, supervisor or admin can adjust from there lah which shift for the day this day or this day they can allow to change on this one. Okay. All right. Next we have go to the holiday. All right. So this is the holiday. We already create on behalf of you the holiday. Can click the Malaysia and which state you are using. Is that Selangor or Melaka or this one you can select Selangor. Right, so this is for okay, so somehow the certain date you give them the holiday on certain employee in certain schedule lah, have a certain holiday you can give. You can click here. Let's say for example, if you don't want to for this schedule, certain date, let's say for example Raya Haji, this schedule don't pick the Raya Haji. You can select the Raya Haji here, and you can disable this one, and you can apply. So means on 17 will not detect as the public holiday. Okay, so you can adjust here, you can disable or enable back on this one, but it depends on company practice lah. Alright, so this is how to assign the holiday. After this, I will show you where to set the holiday, but this one is a default from system we already create on behalf of you. But if you want to adjust that, you can adjust. After that, I will show you how to adjust the holiday. Next is overtime. So you need to enable overtime because you have the overtime. Alright, so here overtime approved method is auto. Okay, so this one. If let's say you select the inter, actual, and pre-approved, right? This one staff need to request and then approval need to approve the overtime. So if you want to detect as auto, you can select the actual hours here. So means actual, it depends on your actual hours. 8 hours and above, consider have the OT. OT is after working hours. It detect 2 hours only. System will auto detect you the approved OT is 2 hours only lah on this one. Okay. Alright. So pre-approved means that setting we create in the shift. You have pre-approved for 2 hours or 3 hours before. Then system will depends on that hours lah, based on the pre-approved. If they say based on your question just now, is auto based on clocking record for OT detect is you can select the actual hours here lah on this one. Alright. So below here, okay, so this one we need to create what is the minimum hours to detect and maximum hours to get on this one. So just now that one is for the pattern only. So means overtime pattern to set what is the rate each work day, off day, rest day, and public holiday, what is your rate. And then this one is the based on the clocking data. So what is your minimum hours? Is that 30 after 30 minutes or 1 hour or 1 hour? After 1 hour, so get the OT, or need to complete 30 after 30 minutes or consider have OT, or need to complete 1 hour and get the OT. So it depends your here. What is your minimum overtime and maximum overtime? Does that have the get allowance? You can enter minimum overtime to get the allowance. Then how many amount for that one? Okay, so this one need to select the overtime rate. Workday. So usually it's a workday overtime lah. So this is the pattern rate we already create on this one. Don't worry, if let's say you have different pattern that you have your own fixed rate or something that one, right? You need to assign different schedule for each employee. So that you can follow what is the overtime rate you already set. Alright, same with the off day, rest day, and public holiday lah. Same setting with the during work day like this. Alright, so next is for the attendance. Okay, so we have the working hours rounding method if you want to use. If you don't want, no need. It's okay, no problem. Clocking perimeter, is it auto or first in, last out? So depends on your company practice. You can use the first in and last out lah on this one. Alright. So this one we have the grace period for the in, grace period for early out. You can put how many hours or minute. Alright. Okay, so clocking method here below. So system we have the web clocking. If you not use the apps, you can use the computer to clocking. You need to enable the web browsing clocking here. Okay. Next, if you have your own, if you want based on the location, you can enable this location specific clocking lah, means based on your clocking. If you see you just one location only, so they can able to clock it in one location only lah. If don't have any specific location, you can disable here. Right, next, mobile app clocking. If you want to allow us employee can allow to mobile clocking. Using the mobile app clocking, you can use here. Alright, next is for the offline clocking. If let's say offline mode, so means system still allow you to clock in the mode offline, but it will depends on your company practice lah. Alright, so this one system allow you to use offline, or if you don't want, you can disable. No worry on this one. This is the option. Okay. Alright. So are we gonna show you where is the web clocking, right? So here. So right menu here, we have the web clocking capture here. You can click here. You can use the camera to clocking, and you can enter the remark, clocking, clock out. Okay. Don't worry, we have the detect your location here. What is your currency? Right? Okay, so we go back to our setting just now. Alright, so last one is for the request. Alright, so request just now, under my request, right, we if you want to select enter remark or attachment or reason, from here you can, if you don't want to appear as a reason, you can hide. You can for remark, is that is required to enter or optional, so depends on your company practice. And last one is attachment lah. If you have the attachment, is required to have the attachment, you need to select the required. Required means mandatory lah. If let's say you select the required, so you need to upload. System need to upload the attachment. If optional, if you don't want to upload, you can. If you want to upload, also can. If hide, so means it will not appear in the my request on this one. Okay, so setting is same with the others. You can hide optional or required, it depends your practice lah on this one. Right, so here is how to set the schedule. You can select by month or you can select by week. Alright, so you can click here and you can select which schedule. Okay, and then you can tick by day on this one, and you can click apply button. This is how to assign the schedule. Alright. Okay. So next, we go to the location. Alright, so this is how to create your location. Especially that certain location you want to create, you can create new button here. And please enter the location name, location report label, the code of location. And then you can enter your location here. And you can enter longitude or latitude here. But if you want to directly enter your location here, you can select here. You can select. Okay. When you select the location here, automatically system will detect it above. Your longitude, latitude. Clocking radius meter is what meter radius they can able to clocking. In let's say 50, only the 50 meter on this area. On this area, they can able to clocking or clock out. Outside this radius, system will not allow you to clocking. So make sure you're in the location. Okay, so this is how to set your location. Alright, so how to assign the location? So first you go to the employee directory. And then go to the work. Then you can assign under work, you can assign the work location here. Okay, so this is how to assign the location. All right, so we go to the device. So this is device. Let's say you have you have purchased our device. So once you already purchased, the technician already done, register all everything already done, you can click add new button here. So please enter the device name, what is the code and what is the location. Let's say the file, what is the file location, mapping. All right, this is F1 location. All right, so this is the device. Okay, next we go to the daily allowance. All right, so this is the daily allowance if you want to detect, if you want to add on the daily allowance. Okay, so you can enter the allowance name. What is the amount for daily? Is that 50 ringgit, 20 ringgit? It depends on company practice. And then what is the payroll item here? Okay, once done, if you have any notes, you just put a note now. Applicable on which date type, you can choose. And applicable all shift, you can enable. Then below here, you can add the criteria. What is the criteria to get this allowance, daily allowance? All right, so we have the condition. Is that this all or certain employee only? You can select the manual selection here. You can enter which employee. All right, so this is the daily allowance. All right, so if let's say you have the different hours, let's say 1 hours, 3 hours is you get 2 ringgit, and after 3 hours and within 3 hours or 4 hours have 4 ringgit. You need to create meal allowance 1, meal allowance 2, and meal allowance 3. So means once you already create here, then automatically system will depends on, let's say 3 hour, 3 and 4 hours will get the 3 ringgit here. 2 hours and 3 hours we get the 1 ringgit here. So you can use the different. You can create 1, 2, and 3. Let's say hit for the 4 hours and above, we'll get the 20 ringgit on this one. If let's say 3 or 5 hours and below, 3 hours and 5 hours, we'll get the 50 ringgit. And 2 hours and below, we'll get the 10 ringgit. So this is the part of the how to detect system with different sheet. You need to create three, at least let's say you have two, you need to create two different rate on this one, and then system will automatically detect your daily allowance based on the shift you assigned and which employee is currently get this daily allowance. Alright, so that one is for the daily allowance. Next is for the monthly allowance. Alright, so monthly, yes, we have the monthly allowance. If let's say by monthly you get the 100 is complete, then you can add the criteria. Alright, so less than taken annual leave is 0 days. So this is the conditional. If let's say if the conditional for deduction, so you can set here. You can use the formula, or you can enter the amount and then select the payroll item. So means if you select the payroll item, means automatically system detect this monthly allowance. Then it will when you sync the attendance, and then automatically system will detect this allowance based on monthly lah. So this is for the monthly allowance. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is the allowance setting. Sorry. Monthly allowance. All right. So after this, we go to the simulation. Attendance simulation means which part you need to see the attendance, and then the OT, and then the details of the attendance, their clock in and clock out. So are we gonna show you after this? We go our water break, and then after 11:15 we continue. Then after that we continue our Q&A lah on this one. Right, so we gonna start for right now for our water break. So after this, after 11:15, we continue our training. Right, thank you so much. Alright, so we continue our training for today. Next is attendance simulation. Right, so simulation means if you want to view the daily attendance, the individual attendance, or you want to adjust your duty roster, first you go to the attendance icon here, attendance and daily attendance, individual attendance or duty roster. Alright, so we proceed go to our system. First go to attendance here. And then go to the daily attendance, individual attendance. Or if you want to change certain date, the shift, you can select the duty roster. Okay. Before we go to the daily attendance or individual attendance, how to assign the staff schedule, you can select the staff schedule here. And then you can select which employee and you can add the schedule button here. And then which start date you want to use this schedule. And then you can select schedule. This schedule, it depends on the setting, attendance schedule, that one lah, you already create on behalf. That one you already create lah, you just add here only. Right? Okay. So how to update the batch by batch for schedule? You can go to the batch and you can select the batch assign schedule. What is the date range? And then what is the schedule? And then you can select the employee, which employee. Alright, so this is how to do the batch assign schedule. And then we have the batch process. If you want to reprocess again your attendance, let's say your OT is not correct, something is not detected or something, that one you can use the batch process. If you want to update in and out in one time for all employee and with the same in and out, you can select the batch clock in and clock out here. The next, if you want to do the change day from workday to public holiday, workday for off day, you can select the change batch day type on this one. Okay. All right. So we go back to the attendance here. We select the daily attendance. All right. So this is daily attendance for, let's say for today is we appear like this one lah. 1 day, and then for list all the employee here on this one. All right. So it's similar the individual attendance. You can able to see your attendance here, your break. Yeah, let's say you're on leave, you can able to see here the leave on this one. All right. Okay, so I will go to the individual attendance. Similar with the daily attendance, but this one is an individual. This is your selected based on the selected date here, date range. All right. So if you clock in and clock out, you can able to see this one, clock in and clock out. All right. So if you want to see the clocking via web clocking or apps, you can able to see here lah, the raw data here. Okay. So here the details, and below here the overtime. If you have the overtime, if auto, system will detect after working hours, what time until what time, and system will detect the 40 hours here. And here is the, if let's say that setting is you request intellectual, then pre-approved, you need to request and need to approve, then automatically system will appear is approved. If you select the actual hours, system automatically detect the actual hours, and then it will appear of the overtime here, how many hours here on this one. Okay, but no worry, you can adjust here. You can, if you want to reset, just click reset button. If you want to adjust, you can adjust anything from here lah. Okay, manual override, how many hours here. But please make sure the overtime hours appear under approved column. Alright, so approved overtime should be if you want to detect the overtime in the salary, so please make sure the approved overtime is appear here. Right? So if say auto is automatically system will detect here lah. how many hours appear here, the approved OT. Okay. All right. So this is the individual attendance. All right. So we move to the uh, duty roster. Here have the duty roster. Okay. So this is the duty roster. If you want to change certain date, let's say for example, this date you want to change certain what we call that, the certain shift. All right. So first you can select which shift you want to change. All right. Then you can select which date. Is that second or third or fourth? You can select. Then automatically the shift already changed. We repeat again. So how to change? You select which shift you want to assign it, right? And then just choose the date. Tick automatically change, and you can click publish change. Then you can click publish. Proceed. Then automatically system will update to you the new shift here after you assign. Okay, so this is that part of, let's say your supervisor want to change certain date, is a different shift, you can use the duty roster. No worry, this one no need to reprocess. Automatically system will auto amend the shift on this one. Alright, so this is how to assign the shift under the duty roster. If you want to do the manually change the certain date is different shift on this one. Okay, so next. Right, so next, as an admin, we have the request on behalf and approve on behalf. Let's say if you want to admin side, you want to request on behalf, you can allow to request on behalf on this one. Okay, and also admin have the access to approve on behalf. Let's say for example, that approver not perform anything, then he or she forgot to approve, then admin can approve on behalf. But to approve on behalf, you must select which approval you want to approve on behalf. Let's say, for example, make sure approval, which approval you want to approve, and then automatically you can approve from here lah, on behalf on this one. Okay, so this is the simulation. How to check the individual attendance, how to manually amend in the individual attendance, and how to amend the shift, certain shift, you can use the duty roster. If you want to do the batch, you can select the batch, you can assign the schedule by batch on this one lah. So this is the simulation of the attendance. Alright, so we go back to our slide. Okay, so this is the import clock data. If let's say you have you don't use our system, sorry, you don't use our device, but you want to upload the in and out from your other device, you can use the clock data import here. Okay, so but this one is depends on your what we call that, your device also. Make sure the device is correct lah. So this one, if let's say if you are using, you can use the import clock data. But if you don't using, no need to use the import clock data. Just to inform to you the import clock data lah on this one. So we're going to show you the import clock data. So right now we have the utility and we have the import tools button here. Right. So if you want to, we go to the attendance. Alright, so we have the timesheet and attendance. Timesheet is only for clocking in and out. Attendance, we're going to show you the attendance. Right, so this is the attendance. Select external device need to be imported. Which one? And then once already select the this one, and then click next. You need to upload the data here on this one. Alright, so this is how to. Another one is for the timesheet. Okay, actually we have the template here. Alright, so this is the template for the timesheet. You need to enter the employee number, workday, clock in and clock out. So this one for the timesheet, just upload the time in and time out only. If let's say you have the record to upload the time in and time out, you can use this template to upload the time in and time out. In case if you want to upload, if you don't want, just system will detect based on the device lah on this one. Okay, alright, so this is the import tools. Don't worry, this one is other sort of import tools, you can use it. But this one we will explain to you the next of the training lah, for the leave, for payroll. So we have also the tools to import the certain data lah on this one. Just so we just focus for attendance only. Right? Okay, so we go back to our slide. Next is attendance report. Alright, so how to go to the attendance report? There's an icon first. You need to select the icon report here, attendance, and this is the list of the attendance. Alright, so we go back to our system. How to go to the report here? You need to select the report here and then select attendance. Alright, so this is the list of the report you can able to generate, but we focus for certain report only. First is an individual attendance report here. You can select the date range. So this is the example for individual attendance report. Okay. So this is the individual attendance report. Alright, so next we have the daily interactive, daily card interactive. So this part you can able to hide the column, which column you want to appear, or do you want to appear, you can hide on this one lah. Okay, so this is the part you can select which column you want to appear or not on this. Okay, so we have also the overtime details, and we have also the employee lateness, employee early out, and last one we have the attendance absence summary, incomplete entry, and we have the monthly allowance on this one. Okay. All right. So this one is this is how to view the report. Okay. So next, last one, we go back to our slide. Last one, we have the log shift. Okay. So I will explain to you why we need to log the shift. It because so first we're gonna show you how to log by batch. Okay, so first go to the shift batch. and lock the batch, the shift. Alright, so just now, if you can see that one status is remarked as a pending, right? So that one is our default from the worksheet system. Whenever you complete, also status still show as a pending. But once you already click log attendance, right, the status will change from pending to log. So why we need to log the attendance? Because the OT, the lateness, the absent, if you want to sync to the payroll, you must log the attendance. If you don't tick the log the attendance, system will not sync your attendance. So means allowance, daily allowance, or OT. That one, another one is for the uh, absent. So if you want to deduct, want to sync to the payroll, you must log the attendance. Okay, so this is we do the by batch lah. So means all employee for that range must follow your cut-off period under payroll policy. Your overtime, what is the cut-off period? So you must log that based on the cut-off period. Okay. So this is your this is the advice now. So if you want to log, please make sure that range follow based on your cutoff. Let's say your cutoff is 26 until 25th. You must select the 25th until 25th to log your attendance. Okay. So this is your this is the reminder lah. You need to take a note on this one. Okay. So this is how to log the attendance. If let's say if you want to log the certain date, but for 103 employee only, you just go here, okay, and then just click here, edit and action, log shift. So once you already log your shift, then automatically status will change as a logged on this one. If you unlock back the shift, the status will consider as a pending. So please be informed if it's as a pending status pending here. If you're not logged, the on that date is have the OT. Show approve OT here. How many hours? If you didn't log, then that OT will not sync to the payroll on this one. Okay. So this is the last step for the attendance part. Alright. So last one. This is the log shift lah on this. Okay, so training summary for today. Apply approved time application, set up shift working hours, set up overtime rate, done. Set up shift schedule done, assign employee schedule done, use duty roster done, monitor employee attendance also done, view and result assessment tester done, view report, and last one is log attendance also done. Right? Alright, so thank you for today. Thank you for today, your timing. This learning for our training today for attendance. Alright, so right now we continue our Q&A session. You just drop the Q&A session here, and then I will answer to you. Alright, so just drop your question here, then I will be answer to you one by one on this one. You can drop your question. Then I will answer to you from here lah on this one. Thank you so much.